If you want to be my lover, you got to watch my live stream. Then we'll. Hey, there's two people in the house. Hello, Tom, Dick, and Harry. Hello. That looks a bit. I don't know. I like it sharp. Yeah. So, how are we all doing? All good? All good? All good? This is the live stream. I've got a list here. I've got my Egyptian Book of the Dead, got my little ibis bird here. We're going to talk about a few things. Those things are Ed Dutton and my weekly podcast with him. I'm going to discuss the hows and the whys and what we're doing. I'm going to talk about the Crutchy incident in a lot of detail. Crutchy incident from last week. My hand is not sore anymore. Why was my hand sore for a week after? Why? If you're not a trained fighter, I guess you get a sore hand. We're going to talk about the Rochdale elections. Dripping in Islamism, dripping. We're going to talk about Dune 2, if you're American, Dune 2. Talk about Dune 2. Hope you watched the first one. Harkonnens, Atreides, Arrakis, the Fremen. You know the Fremen? They're meant to be desert warriors, brewed by the brewmen of Bremen, Germany, the free men. I also want to talk about immigration in the US, the UK, and all around that. And as always, everyone, hello, welcome, everyone. Let's say a few hellos. Hello, Josh Young. Hello, Laura Olivia. Hello, Maximilian. Hello, AMG Rider, Catholic Team, Real Jack Frost, Michael Moreland, LRP, Theo, Bonkers Dude, Huzzer, Lakes Dave. Oh, Lakes Dave, was I not writing to you on Instagram this morning? Trex, VXR. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, Andrew. Hello. The guy saying Charlie, top bloke. Thank you. So, first of all, I made the mistake of going on the Daily Mail yesterday, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about the future king's wife. So you've probably heard of Prince William. You've probably heard of Prince Harry. You've probably heard of King Charles. Have you heard of his wife, Kate Middleton? Kate Windsor? Anyway, she had a stomach operation a few months ago, and she's only my age, 43. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ronald J. Hello. Oh, we've got a non-binary, triracial, trans woman in the house. Welcome. This is your safe space. I want my non-binary, triracial. She's three races. She had three parents. Trans woman. I want her to feel extremely welcome. She's saying trans lives matter. Trans farmers, Roberts in disguise. So, where's the queen, guys? Where's the future queen? Is she dead? Has her stomach thing not worked out? Can Prince William be a good king if he's worried about his wife? Who knows? Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. I trimmed my beard for you guys, got rid of the neck beard a bit, got rid of some of the cheek, and I was looking at my eyeballs. Hello, everyone. Hello. We're doing well. We're doing quite well. Hello, everyone. Prince Andrew will summon. Oh, as always, you can send chats. DJE Media is in the house. Not allowed. Even though I'm writing one for DJE Media. There you go. There's my not allowed in. Hello, sir. Always a pleasure to have a very fast rising. A little bird told me you're getting about between 6,000 and 10,000 new subscribers a month. That's pretty much what I'm getting too. So well done. So we're not here to. As always, you can write messages on the right-hand side. If you want to send me shekels, you can send at the bottom. There's a little $sign. You can send a super chat, a super thanks. Anyway, you click on the button, you can figure it out. That's if you want to send me propaganda. You want me to specifically read it out. You want to send me really personal hate mail, and I'll be forced to read it out because you've paid for it. Now, I'm only within reason. I'll read it out. Not allowed. There you DJE Media gives me an all is okay. I come from the scuba diving world. This is not a white supremacy sign. It's everything is okay for scuba divers. So thank you, DJE Media. Good to confirm that. Gleam Layer says, do you have a P.O. box so I can send you something? Let me send you something. Oh, thank you, DJE Media. Gets the first donation in. Look at that. Support by my fellow YouTubers. I don't have a P.O. box. I don't know. Everything's electronic online. Can you, unless it's like a cake or something, or you want to send me some Colombian or Bolivian marching powder, which I would refuse because who's into that sort of thing? Electronic, cveitch@gmail.com. Probably the best way. Greetings from Wales. Hello there. Oh, I've got some Hebrew in the house. In Hebrew, that says Charlie Veitch has a massive penis. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Juggernaut 94 says, where do you live in Manchester? Well, I don't live in central Manchester. There's a lot of people who pay premium money. They pay London prices to live in central Manchester, to have crackheads and junkies pissing in their doorway. Mickey Mouse 123 sends a £2 donation. I will buy... what can you get for £2? I'll buy a latte in a non-expensive place. Sausage Fruit asks, do I like sausages? Lincolnshire sausages, my number one. Cumberland sausages. I like Toulouse-style sausages, French sausages. Have you had Italian sausages? I like a fancy sausage, not the Cottager's Cove kind of sausage. Not that there's anything wrong with liking so. If you've got a sausage and you like sausage, nothing wrong with that. At least you're not chopping your child's cock and balls off and putting them in a dress. So I say to the gays are okay. Have one big daisy chain of gay high-fiving at the same time. Right, Free Palestine. Maximilian says Free Palestine. From Hamas, you mean from Hamas. Mr. Zodiac sends through £2 as well. Thank you, Mr. Zodiac. Right. Intrepid Federal Observationist asks, what is my favorite strain of the Mary Jane? I didn't even smoke when I went to Amsterdam. I wore the clogs. I ate the cheese. I drank the Amstel. But that I can't even answer that. That would kill the, you can show a police activity on YouTube of a gangster having his head exploded like a watermelon with a firecracker in it. But you can't talk about your favorite strains of Mary Jane, which is probably fine. This is a family show, I think. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with everything. Thank you very much. But if you want to really get me to read out your comment, send through a little super chat. There's a little $sign. You can send some money through with that as well. Donna says they love sausages in Cottager's Cove. They certainly do. And my activities down Cottager's Cove has made it worse. There's now not only the thrill of the chase, of the illegality, there's also the thrill of having your putrid cock and balls forever captured in 4K to go on the Charlie Veitch channel. You're just a young guy. You're just there, like getting your cock and balls out, enticing some tourists to maybe come and have a little fondle, come and have a little sip. And then there's Charlie Veitch there like, hey guys, where's your video? And they love it. They bloody well love it. Anyway, in case you're wondering, I get on every single video people asking, what camera do you use? Here it is. You can see it here. Wait, there you go. Lumix S5. That's what I use. And you can turn it around and like we can break the matrix. Oh! Break the matrix here. Oh my. There you go. All right. You can't buy Victoria. I've seen Victoria Bitter. I've seen VB, Victoria Bitter in England a few times, but not for a long time. When I lived out in Qatar, have you guys heard of Qatar Airways? You guys heard of Qatar, a little country next to Saudi? They used to sell Victoria Bitter. There's a large Australian contingency. Australians usually into mining. Australians like a bit of mining. But they have some problems with minors, so now they deal with adults. No, they're into that. Yeah. Why do you have such a good quality in your YouTube videos, but your live stream quality looks like a potato? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so shit. Is it really? Am I not even getting 720p? If I'm on 480 or 720, I'm okay. Right. What have we got? When am I next in Birmingham? I've got a good friend in Birmingham, so hopefully not too long. There you go. Right. Here looks like a spicy one. Whoa, live stream, dude. Question if interested in answering. I know it can seem touchy, but are you Catholic? Yes. I was baptized at the Our Lady of Copacabana in Rio. Nossa Senhora de Copacabana, that church, big Catholic church. It's an ugly 1970s modernist church. I didn't get baptized in a nice church. Someone says, I was a Jehovah's Witness. I guess once you witness Jehovah, you're like, there he is. There's Jehovah. Then you can leave the cult. So, right, there's a question. Did you see my jams? Perhaps you can buy a small latte from the Black Sheep with this fiver. Thank you very much. I would never spend. I once in some hipster place in Manchester, I spent £5.40 on a Mecca. Yeah, everyone's saying the picture is pish. Sorry, guys. Can you at least hear me? AMG Rider sends me £2. There's an argument starting here. There's a war for your mind, but it's not info war. It's what are UFOs, motherfucker war. So I don't think UFOs are aliens flying in metal crafts from another place in the universe or galaxy or the solar system. I don't think we have a clue. I think it's more likely that the fabric of reality is idealist, as in it's mind-based, and things like UFO or unidentified aerial phenomenon are glitches in the global mind and the small mind. And so we don't know how it works. Last year, some scientists won the Nobel Prize for proving that the universe is non-local. And in case you're wondering, what does non-local mean? It means spooky action at a distance. They proved that particles billions of miles away can act at the exact same time. So you move the spin on one, it changes the spin on the other instantly. So it's quite likely that the universe is one giant mind. Who knows? Uh-oh, it's getting a bit deep. It's getting a bit deep in the comment section here. Right. Am I live streaming from my air fryer? I'm actually live streaming from my Hotpoint dishwasher. You know, it's a smart dishwasher, so it's... I'm sorry about the quality, guys, but, you know, it'll get better. It'll get better. So what are my views on agnostic beliefs? I think agnostics are wishy-washy pieces of shit on the fence, fucking playing both sides. They're with the Nazis and the Allies. They're like, we love the Jews, but we'll leave them in the camps. Agnostic, my ass. To remain human, you got to take a side. You got to take a side. And people are like, no, I'm not going to take a side. I'm going to drink from my long pink phallus. Yeah. So I've written down a few things I want to talk about. And where's my little book? Where's my little Egyptian book? All right. There's a lot of comments and questions. I need reading glasses, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So Catholic Teen is saying I need to come to Halifax. I've been to Halifax, but they say again. Correct. Correct. Halifax was okay. I think I got in an argument with some people in Halifax. Yes, I did. Video did quite well. Did I celebrate George getting elected? Yeah, we're going to come on to that. We're going to come on to that. So first of all, I want to let you all know there's a really, really cool professor called Professor Edward Dutton. He has a YouTube channel called The Jolly Heretic. And every Monday at 7 p.m. British time, 7 p.m. British time every Monday, I do a 1.5 hour live stream with the Jolly Heretic, Ed Dutton. And why him? I think he's great. I think he's hilarious. I think he's very intelligent. And he also has this cool British ability to talk at length and interestingly about any word, any phrase I might say. He'll know a lot about it. So that's cool. That's tomorrow. But today is the Sunday service. And I just wanted to see that. This is a Holy Bible. And like many of you, I've got my Holy Bible from a charity shop. Right, I'm going to read out random. It is a Sunday service. Random passage from the Bible. Right, random passage. Oh, here we go. In the day of our Lord began to cut Israel short. We're reading from Kings 11, passage 13, 32. Oh, yeah. Oh, basically it says here, from Jordan to the sea, Israel belongs to me. Right. So you might not know who Professor Ed Dutton is, but check out the Jolly Heretic. He has the best take on the self-immolation of the Aaron Bushnell, the crazed, narcissistic, self-obsessed American who set himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy, hoping that the guards and the security would have fire extinguishers. He'd be a hero. He'd be in hospital. all covered in like 1st and 2nd degree burns. Like, oh, he died. So check out Ed Dutton talking about that. But it's my opinion, talking about the self-immolation, that the young man, the young American airman, did not want to die. So, okay, now by popular demand, thank you very much, everyone in the comment section. By popular demand, many of you wondering what happened in the very few moments before I had to use self-defense on Crutchy, aka Turbo, aka Anthony Miara. Maybe, just maybe, the most famous crackhead in the world. I'd say he's up there. There surely won't be any crackheads more famous than Crutchy. He needs his own spin-off Netflix series. Have I answered all the questions that have come in? I think I have. Oh, no, wait. Good to see. Sorry, left or right. I appreciate that. Good to see Crutchy back. I'm glad I scrolled up because we're talking about Crutchy now. So thank you very much for your £2 little life thing there. Sober Tony is boring. Yeah, I've got a black and white video from about a year ago of Tony coming out of prison, and he looked so healthy and he put on a bit of weight, but he's not well now. And AMG Rider, I don't watch Reverend Simon Sideways, but basically the day before Crutchy caught me, I was walking down the street with my camera, as I do, working in Manchester, and I see him from across the street. So I kind of like, hey, and he's like, Charlie, are you avoiding me? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just, just something in my eye. I was just, and he comes right up to me, squares up to me, he like grabs me. He's like, so, you scared of me, yeah? I was like, no, Crutchy, we're friends, remember? And he's like, yeah, don't you ever avoid me again, yeah? And he's like, have you got money for me? I was like, no, that was a one-off, Crutchy. Like, it's not regular money for you. He's like, you're scared of me, yeah. And then he's right in my face, and I'm like, and we've made peace, we've shaken hands, we've done the peace. So the next day, I'll read that long one in a second, Frisbee. I promise I'll read your long comment. The next day, I'm filming the guy where Crutchy had a fisticuffs fight with the Afghan-looking guy on the ground, grabbed his phone, smashed it, threw the phone across the road. I hand the broken phone to the guy as he's crying. Understandably, he'll maybe never retrieve the photographs of his daughter from the smashed up phone. I'm filming him, and to my left, I kind of see this like blonde figure come in quickly, and before I can turn the camera, he kind of like, and he gives me a couple of like quick jabs in the ribs, like not hard, not softly either, but not enough to hurt me, but enough to like say it's maybe an act of dominance. He gave me a couple of like, what does that even mean? When someone who isn't your friend, who you kind of know, who's trying to intimidate you, gives you a couple of quick jabs in the stomach. I wish I got it on video. So then you see what happens. Like, please don't come too close. I was like, he's gonna fucking bite my lip. You never let a man or never let a human being who's wanting to scare you stand in your face, because they could either headbutt you, break your nose, who knows what damage to an eye socket can happen. They can lean forward, bite your lip, and disfigure you for life. So never, ever, ever let someone who is hostile to you stand inches away from your face. And this is what happened the day before. And so coming back to the kind of smash phone incident, he kind of gave me a couple of those. I said, don't come back. He came for me again. And I didn't even hit him that hard. You saw the punch. But it was successful. It prevented him assaulting me. But as someone who doesn't fight often, I prefer the kick. Does anyone else, you get a sore hand after you've had to punch someone, or is that normal? I'm going to scroll up a tiny bit. I think I've missed some good comments here. There it is. Charlie, do you suppose a peaceful resolve is reached so that innocent Palestinian civilians and innocent Israelis don't die? Well, unfortunately, Hamas and perhaps the Gazan population are not rational agents. Now, what do I mean by rational agent? Reasonable people respond to incentives. They want peace above any kind of war. They want a better future for their children, and they're usually ideology free. But unfortunately, Hamas has taken it upon itself to be a kind of like special forces of the Islamic Ummah. They think of themselves as the Delta Force, the Special Air Service. They're the SAS of the Islamic Ummah. So there's talk right now. In fact, funny you should mention that. First of all, Left Town Media. Is it true Paul Joseph Watson mentioned you in one of his videos? Yes, Paul Joseph Watson and I go back a long way. For when he used to work for Alex Jones, and I used to appear on the Alex Jones show. Yeah, I like Paul Joseph Watson. He's got a very successful channel. He's mentioned me and used some of my clips on many occasions. So yeah. But funny you should mention, my darling people. Joe Biden tells Gaza peace negotiators, get me a deal. I think he needs, I think someone needs to get the guy a Zimmer frame. Get me my Zimmer frame. So just to give you guys, Joe Biden, the US president, told negotiators holding talks on the Gaza ceasefire to get me a deal. The president made remarks to the Emir of Qatar. You know what's really crazy? The Emir of Qatar is Jassim Al Thani. And he was in the year above me in my brother's class at the Doha College in Doha between the years 1992 and 1995. The future king was in my brother's class. And he's all right. He wasn't a twat or anything. None of the teachers told him off because the dad could have had them, you know. Anyway, so I reckon what's going to happen, Israel's knocked shit. Israel has knocked shit out of... First of all, I just wanted to see. Can you see that? Look at that. Look how much that wide-mouthed lady believes in it. Hands off Rafah. How dare you fight our terrorists? How dare you fight our... Let's call them for what they are, murderers and rapists. Murderers and rapists. And, oh, please. So here's how it's going to go down. I wasn't going to want to talk about Israel until later on in the live chat. But as Hamas is depleted, and killed and annihilated and destroyed, and it's not looking good for them as they all die. And yeah, I think Israel has said that every single Hamas person and Gazan that took part in the October 7th attack will be targeted and will be eliminated, destroyed. So what's going to happen is Hamas is panicking because, as I said on my big video about Israel, Israel is acting as if all the hostages are already dead. They've done this from the start, from October the 7th onwards, when the airstrikes began. They had to destroy the Hamas alleged, and they wanted a psychological advantage. I swear to God, I swear, Hamas and the Palestinians did not think Israel would dare to invade because of the 250 hostages, including many women and children. Israel had to act as if all the hostages were already dead. They were annihilating Hamas, and Hamas, in order to buy themselves more time, has released half the hostages. I believe that Hamas will release the rest of the hostages in order to try and buy themselves life and time and to prevent their complete destruction, which will come. I don't think the Israelis are interested in giving a reward to Hamas. Any continuation of the Hamas infrastructure would be a reward for what happened on October the 7th. And the very fact that a 95-year-old Holocaust survivor who survived the Nazis and the gas chambers got killed by Hamas terrorists. The fact that, sorry, I'm going to get a bit firebrand here, but if you've watched the videos released for the journalists from October the 7th, the worst one is the two young boys and their family when their parents were being murdered in front of them, and the Hamas guys filming it. And you see the small Israeli boy turn to his brother. No, this is real. You have to take it serious. This isn't playtime. It's real. And imagine a terrorist filming you and your 7-year-old brother watching your parents be shot. So yeah, fuck Hamas. They're going to get what they deserve. Right, I better read some of these. I better read some of these comments now. Exactly. You know, rational people, like many people warn me, you're not going to get any, no one's going to watch your channel if you support Israel. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess no one's going to watch my channel. But I think reasonable people understand that Hamas are not rational agents. There's a reason why Hezbollah and Iran haven't directly gotten involved, is that they're not as far along the death cult craziness as Hamas is. So there you go. So let me finish up the Crutchy incident. I've seen him since, and he avoids me, which is exactly how I want it. My commenters were, anyway, someone sent me through a £10 thing. Silver Muhasir. The Quran, okay, thank you, Silver Mubasir. I hope I've pronounced that right. He sends through a £10 donation, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you. The Quran says not once, but twice, that the Holy Land belongs to the children of Israel. Surah 521 and 17:104. Either the Quran is wrong, or every pro-Palestinian Muslim. Both cannot be correct. Thank you very much. I did not know that in the Islamic holy book it says that the Holy Land belongs to the children of Israel. That's very interesting. I think that's worth checking out very quickly. Surah 521, you say? Just bear with me. I think that's worth checking out. Surah 521. Just bear with me. Yeah, you're right. In slightly more words than that, but yeah, the context is it belongs to Moses and the children of Israel. So thank you very much, Silver Mubasir, for your useful, and thank you for the funding as well. So I think this is a good point to talk about the Rochdale elections, whilst we've got almost 500 people in the house. So Rochdale is a town attached in Greater Manchester, not very far from where I live, just along the M60, along the northern bit of the M60 motorway. I've got a dead leg. Let me just move my dead leg here. Oh, so to cut a long story short, the left-wing party in Britain is called Labour. They had a candidate, a Labour candidate of British Pakistani descent. He went on TV and started saying all sorts of outrageous things about Israel and things which can very easily be construed as anti-Semitism. He got kicked out of the Labour Party a few days before the election. Labour then did not have time to put a candidate in. So a guy called George Galloway, who's a Scottish, is he left wing, right wing? Is he Muslim wing? George Galloway has realized he can keep getting jobs in politics as long as he winds up and fires up the Muslim voters. And let me see if I can find it. Charlie Veitch, George Galloway. One moment.
Charlie.
No, not Beach. You know that I'm the most famous Charlie on YouTube. Okay, maybe Charlie Chaplin, but anyway, the most famous current Charlie. And you say Charlie Veitch to YouTube, and it goes, oh, Charlie Beach. Bastards. Right. Oh, they've taken it down. Motherfuckers. Yeah, back in the day, George Galloway used to work for Press TV, the Iranian channel. I used to be a bit of an upstart anarchist, slightly more left-wing than I am now. And so I've had 2 one-hour shows with George Galloway. Have any of you watched it? Do any of you remember? Anyway, so let me scroll up a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of comments coming through, guys. If you really want me to give you special attention, please send through a super chat. Even if it's a small amount, I'll probably read it out and like address it. So anyway, coming back to the Rochdale by-election, for the international audience, we don't have a president in this country. We're not a presidential thing. So we've got a House of Parliament, like an American Congress. We've got 600 members of Parliament, which is geographic, 600 regions around Britain. And some of them are quite big, like in the countryside. Some of them are quite small, like, West End of London, because there'll be just as many people in that small bit. Henry Gradwell is spamming Merry Christmas. Thank you, Henry Gradwell. I appreciate the spamming. It helps the algorithm, so keep it up. So I don't know what happened to the Rochdale candidate, why we had a by-election. Did he die? Did he or she die? So Rochdale, there's a lot of Muslims, primarily of a Pakistani or Bangladeshi origin, and they like voting, along lines. They're very loyal to their culture. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's a fact. They're loyal to their culture, and so if there's a Muslim candidate, they'll probably vote for that one. But I'm not criticizing Muslims specifically here, because in Salford, where I live, there's if you're left wing, if you're a bit commie, you're guaranteed to vote in. You could be like number one pedophile of England, but as long as you're like speak for the poor people, you probably get in. I've just got a £5 funding here. BST Junkie. No religious book should be followed word for word. Okay. It should only be used as a way of life to follow. So instead of like being a fanatic, take it as a guidebook, I think, BST Junkies. The Quran is the worst book of them all. Cancerous. Now, I like to be a YouTuber with his head attached to his neck. I like the fact that my spinal cord is a continuation from the back of my brain all the way down to my butthole or whatever. Like, does it go down into your legs? So I'm going to address that in a way that I know how, without offending any Muslims. And I'll say, why am I getting all that TV in the shot? You don't need to look at an off TV. Here we go. Here we go. Get some lollipop in there, and maybe my head can cover up that. So yeah, I get what you're saying, BST Junkie. Some people argue that Islam is very similar to. We get the Dracula poster in. Look, Dracula. Yeah, blood-sucking vampire. A lot of people argue. Is that better? I'm gonna get. Before I address this, I'm gonna get some refreshment. And one sec. Don't go. Oh shit! I'm pulling the wires and everything. One sec. I'll be right back. Can you still hear me? Wait. Okay, I'm back. Look, guys, because the tacit pro-Hamas guys are very much into attacking their fellow Muslim takeaway owners who still sell Coca-Cola. There's a meme on the internet that Coca-Cola, why am I giving them free plugs? Anyway, who's not heard of Coca-Cola? Fuck it. Apparently, something to do with Jewish people, something to do with Israel, something to do with companies that invest in Israel. It just makes it for me, because there's no secret on this channel. I like the Jews. I like what they represent. I got big problems with them about that whole circumcision thing, the whole snippy. Never get over it, but you get older, you compromise. It's important when you're praising the Jews to remember that they attack little boys' foreskins with scissors and knives, and that's fucked up. And I make no secret, even with my Jewish friends, that I'm not really into that whole male genital mutilation. Anyway, on that happy note, talking about little boys' foreskins. Damn, that's some good Zionism I just tasted there. But here's the thing. The whole circumcision thing, I think it started in the desert 4,000 years ago, because there's not very much water, and young boys weren't told to clean their glands under the foreskin. It can get infected. You're out there, and when are you next going to wash it? And they probably, like any place where there's like not a lot of water to wash, probably a problem with infected foreskins, like bell ends getting infected. I can think that's the reason. And then they discovered that if you remove the foreskin, you probably get less infected penis. So I think it started rationally. And then it became a way to like say, oh, we're these people, we're civilized. Look at us, we believe in God and we don't have infected dicks. And then another reason why I don't get too angry at it is my old boss, bless him, Orthodox Jew, obviously circumcised. He had 10 kids at the last count. His poor wife. Oh, he can't. She was a beautiful woman. He can't let go of that woman. But 10 kids, guys. So circumcision clearly doesn't take away the desire. I'll give him that. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about that subject. So Oh, wow, DJ Audits. DJ Audits is in the house. And he's given me a beautiful, DJ Audits has sent through a £20 little super chat. And let's read out what DJ Audits. So to cut a long story short, I really enjoy DJ Audits as much as a lot of the other YouTube channels. But there's something special about DJ Audits, and I'm not just saying that. And you can see me say this before he sent me £20. So I'm not just thank you, DJ Audits. I said this on my video. What I like about DJ Audits, he goes to a site and they're like, what are you doing? So he talks them through like almost like bullet points. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get the drone out. I'm going to fly over here. After 17 minutes, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go around the site. And they get so mad at him. Sorry for the sudden, but he's in the house. DJ Audits, check out his channel, subscribe to DJ Audits. So last week in Greater Manchester, very near my ass, near my gaff, mate. Do you want to come in my ass? House, you want to come in my house? He went to a site, a big chemical plant called Libra Chemicals. And the managing director, Phil Carson, managing director, obviously an educated, professional, office-based man. But I've seen this happen. Usually what happens with professional, office-based men is that they feel emasculated and weak because there's no warrior behavior in the office. So usually they become road cyclists and they annoy drivers by not letting them get past. Fucking road cyclists. It's middle-aged office men that do it. And you know why? There's no power in the office, but they can at least slow everyone down. This middle-aged manager, instead of becoming a road cyclist, he decided to come out of his business. And whilst DJ Audits was being a gentleman and showing him the drone controllers, and they say, look, I'm going to do this, and this, as you can see. And as he was showing the man his the DJI drone controller, the manager, fuck off! He gets all emotional. He's like, and then he's like squaring up to DJ. I did a video about it. I went in support. And of course, the video is called "This Firm and This Director Will Never Confront Another YouTuber Again." Now, very cool. I did piggyback off the back of DJ Audit's very successful video. He got like 200,000 views and rising. Maybe more. Is it on 400,000? I think I saw yesterday. And my videos, usually when I do a little like drama-free video outside the business, it gets like 20 or 30,000. But because of the DJ Audits scandal, it got like 50, 60, 70,000. So thank you, sir. And I appreciate the £20 you sent me. That's very sweet. AMG Rider sends through £10 saying, my duck never won. What's that? A rubber ducky race? I found that one. Hey, DJ Audits. Okay, good. I'm just scrolling up, guys, because the thought of someone sending me money and I don't even read out their comment, that would make me a fucking scumbag. So, all right, okay. I'm going to read some comments from you peasants because not everyone, I appreciate. Only send me money if you can afford it. But for the plebs in the house, I think they also need to get a little bit of love. So let me scroll back up and get some of the peasant. I'm only joking, guy. I'm a peasant myself. Jesus. Charlie, someone's written, Arusa Iftaab says, Charlie, mental health, Veitch. Now, my darling uneducated working class friend, a big problem amongst the working classes is that they use the term mental health to mean poor mental health or struggling with mental health. So, Arusa Iftaab, when you say Charlie, mental health, Veitch, health is usually a positive word in the English language. Oh, health. Salud to your health. So for you to try and insult me, I know what you're trying to say, Charlie, fucking crazy Veitch, but you've just shown yourself up to be uneducated and lacking in the grammar department, which is fine. Haha, junkie, blah, 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 blah. I'm not crying, DJ Audits, blah, blah, blah. A lot of love for DJ Audits. Thoughts on the Sunak speech? Yes, thank you. Rishi Sunak, a few days ago, slammed the far right. You're wondering, who's Rishi Sunak? He is our prime minister, and he's a very posh and very educated British man by way of Indian heritage. Now, it's funny, this country. racial politics. It's not quite as crazy as Brazil. Like Brazil, like I'm half Brazilian, as you know. Racial politics in Brazil is something else. Like, but in Britain, like I feel we've fully accepted people of a Southeast Asian origin when they're not pushing a dangerous 1400-year-old ideology by a war general. The Prophet was a war general. When they're not pushing that, people are like, yeah, fine. Like Rishi Sunak, how do I put this? Okay, Indian people are Caucasians with a tan. There, I said it. Okay? They're exactly the same as Europeans. I said it. There you go. They're Caucasians. Right. All right. So he did a speech and he slammed down the far right and Islamists. And I understand, the Tory party are very clever. They realize they got to try and, I don't mean very clever, they're probably going to lose the next election and they've done nothing to stop this tranny woke fucking ideology carrying on. But they've got James Cleverly. He's the Home Secretary. He is a mixed race man. We've got Suella Braverman. She is Indian heritage from Mauritius, I believe. Again, British, just like Rishi Sunak, British. We've got Kemi Badenoch by marriage. She's got a Scottish surname, Badenoch, and she appears to be a lady of African heritage. Forgive my ignorance. She's probably been in Britain longer than I have, and here I am saying, oh, she's an African heritage. The lady is clearly British, and she slams all the wokies. So go on, Kemi. Rishi Sunak had to mention the far right in his speech, slamming the Islamists for political reasons. And 5-10 years ago, I'd have been angry at it. Why are you talking about the far right when there's no mass demonstrations by far right people every Saturday making Jewish people feel uncomfortable? There's no far right people screaming from England to Ireland, Great Britain will be free from blah, blah, blah. But we do have Islamists saying such things. But can you imagine the political shit show if Rishi Sunak singled out the Islamists? And isn't it funny? You're allowed to denounce Islamism, but not Islam. You can slam Islamism, but you cannot slam Islam. The new Islam by Apple. It'll fly you to the moon. Oh, sorry, it'll fly you into buildings. No, I didn't say that. Rewind. Nobody heard that. Okay, I think oh my God, I've got a £50 funding from Mark 2JZ Supra. Shout out to Society X, best live stream for. Look, I'm reading out an advert. I'm glad you sent me £50. I'm joking. I appreciate it, but I'll read out your shout out to Society X, best live stream for chats and debates from 9 p.m. Check them out. I'll take a sip of Coke because I'm a live stream advertising other live streams is better than mine. But hey, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mark. That's very sweet of you. And I'll buy myself 10 No, I'm not going to spend 50 quid on coffee. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I think we've addressed a bit of the why Rishi Sunak. Okay, should we? What's always popular is when we talk about flat Earth for a few minutes. So I've seen someone mention flat Earth. There's always one or two of you globe deniers in the. Laura's just passed me this. Thank you. I had to get this out. We're going to talk about flat Earth first, actually. Right. Flat sun, black holes, sun. Won't you come, please argue with people in Brighton? Many commies down here. Yeah, I think back in the day, 14 years ago, I did the odd video in Brighton back in the day. A lot of hippies and LGBTs, LGTV 4Ks. But here's the thing, like I get accused of homophobia, like on my channel. Like, no, like one of my best friends he's bisexual. But he has his preferences from time to time, and we hang out. And lesbianism, gayism, it's been made wholesome and conservative by the transgender ideology philosophy pushers. They've gone so far that men butt fucking men or ladies scissoring other ladies, that's almost wholesome, That I'd almost No, I'm not. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. And for some people as well, I'm sure a lot of gay men that frequent the Cottagers Cove, they get really angry at me every time I go down Cottagers Cove and catch a big haul of men preferring the company of men in public by way of lewd acts. They're like, Charlie, you're a repressed homosexual because you're always going down Cottagers Cove. Now, I'm like a deep sea trawler in a fishery that's not got that many fish. I only go down Cottagers Cove every 6 weeks because it's not pleasant down there. It smells like sperm and vomit and piss and shit. All my least favorite bodily fluids. I'm more of a blood man, but as you can see by the where is it? By the Dracula poster. I like my blood. That nice rusty iron taste. Right. So right, a lot of people mentioning Scissor Sisters and the flat Earth. Flat stuff Earth. Thank you, sir. He says, I saw your Freemason show. Am I getting called a Freemason now as well? Wow, that's pretty good. All right. So, all right. Scissor. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Flat stuff Earth quotes me. No, he's tagged me in the comment section. He says, 666, Charlie, such a shill. How do you make the 6 again? I saw some conspiracy you can make. Don't be fooled by the horns. It's still me. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Luciferian Freemason. Lucifer. Have I got the right eyeball? Yeah, left eye. Lisa, left eye. Lopez. So when you're arguing with a flat Earth believer, you need to firstly ascertain, are they trolling you? Because many people within the flat Earth community want to just wind you up because they believe that we've taken things by other people telling us without figuring it out for ourselves. So there is a strain within flat Earth, which is like a philosophical, oh, you believe that, do you? Show me your evidence. And that's fair enough. But when you're arguing with a genuine flat Earth believer, like a real one, like a real believer in the flat Earth, you get them, first of all, get them to admit that is the moon a sphere? Or is the moon round? And the moon's round. Is the sun round? They're like, yeah, the sun is round. Okay. And then you say, okay. And then a big part of flat Earth, there he is. A big part of flat Earth, they say space is not real. There's a firmament. A lot of Christian belief. Has anyone got a Bible bigger than mine? Has anyone got a Bible big? Oh! A lot of flat Earth people, they believe in the glass firmament, so there is no space. It's impossible to go into space. And they believe that the Earth is a perfect flat plane where God has created us in his image, little Adam and Eve's, Cain and Abel. Hey, Abel, how you doing? Hey, Cain, you motherfucker. He was a motherfucker. There was only 5 people back then, so having sex with your mum was what you had to. I'm only joking. I'm not blaspheming. I love the Bible. But it's important to throw some jokes in as well. Oh, we're getting a few new donations are coming in. Thank you. AMG Rider, YouTube AI doesn't like free speech. I disagree. I got banned off Twitter. You know, X, Elon Musk's X. Got banned for 7 days for quoting a U.S. congressman jokingly telling a pro-Hamas supporter, kill them all. So I quoted him, got banned. I even appealed it. They're like, no, you're hateful. You're a hateful man. Get in the sin bin for 7 days. What currency is that? Oh my God, I've got some real shekels. Shalom. I've got real shekels. LKD 70. Are you that guy off TikTok? Yes, but please subscribe here on YouTube. The ones on TikTok, the one Charlie Veitch clips is authorized with permission, but most of them are unauthorized without permission. And I don't get any shekels. So guys, we've got a Hebrew in the house sending real shekels. I'm going to do, I'm going to look at that symbol for shekels. That is interesting. It's like wait, there you go. There's your symbol for shekels. Where is it? I can't do my hands. Laura, you appeared in the TV. Good thing Laura's dressed. She appeared in the TV reflection there. Okay, so thank you. Yes, I am. I appreciate it. Shalom. I wish your country a great victory over the orcs and the savages that are hiding in the tunnels, and I hope you get all your hostages back. What's this one? Yeah, okay, we've had that one. All right, okay. So, oh yeah, let's go back onto flat Earth. Thank you to the Israeli viewer. Since the start of the conflict, I'm pretty. Like in the '90s, if you were big in Japan, it was like a joke. I'm pretty big in Israel. Like they're all short arses. I'm 6'5". No, I did a gamble. I thought, am I going to lose all my viewers by siding with who I believe to be morally right in this conflict? And I chose to side with who my heart and my head told me were morally right. And I got a new one, Left Town Media. Charlie, leftists are huge supporters of LGBT. But if you came out as gay, they would probably make fun of you for it. Isn't that hypocrisy? Yes, of course. Of course it is. And one thing I find, like, if you listen to the Ed Dutton show on Jolly Heretic, he does like 2 or 3 live streams a week. I'm on with him tomorrow. But he said something very interesting. He goes, with left-wing people, it's very important to find out the reasons for what they do, not just what they say are the reasons for what they do. And reasonable people will see that left-wing people have a bee in their bonnet. There's something not quite firing right. So they get very angry. And then they use the ideas of equality and justice to kind of attack their enemies. And then as they're attacking their enemies, you're like, where's the equality and justice in that? And they're like, oh, fuck you. Like all over Manchester, there's bars with the transgender inclusive LGTV 4K flag. And it says, everyone welcome. But you just walk into that bar, have a look at that flag and say, you know what? Philosophically, I don't believe in this bullshit, and see if they'll serve you. They mean everyone welcome as long as it upsets straight white men, straight white middle-class men. If they're upset, you're welcome. And a lot of lefties support Hamas because they know it upsets straight white men, straight Europeans. Sorry, don't just mean straight. Even nowadays, gays, like Douglas Murray, my favorite gay. Douglas Murray is a gay I can get behind, to continue that joke. No homo. I'd get behind him, but I wouldn't stick it in. Though he's a handsome guy, you know. And whenever I get accused of homophobia as well, I say, like, put me in a time machine back to ancient Rome, ancient Greece. I would be banging all those young men around Athens. I'd be known as Charlie the butt burglar. No, the bum rapist of Rome. I'd be like, everyone would be like, guys, put your sons' backs against the wall. Charlie's in town. They wouldn't be safe. I'd have died of gonorrhea by the time I was 18 in ancient Greece. Hey, a hole's a hole, guys. I'm only joking. No, I'm a very happy straight man in a very happy straight relationship. But I always wince when I get the accusations of being homophobic, as if I have an irrational fear of gay people. I say, no, you go gay people. You fucking fight those trannies. That's not why I like you. But since the whole tranny thing got a bit extreme, I like it even more. So coming back to flat Earth, see, I remembered. They admit that the sun's round, the moon is round. They admit that other planets exist, but they think space is fake. But sometimes they'll admit, where's flat Earth guy? You still in the house? Communal AIDS worm, nice. Communist AIDS worm. So flat Earthers will, because they're forced to, agree that satellites exist. Because there's videos on YouTube, unedited, of a guy in his backyard with a big telescope, and he fucking films the International Space Station. You can see with your own eyes at nighttime on a clear night, satellites. If you're lucky, as I saw once from Kelso in Scotland, you can see the Starlinks. Like, I saw 5 of them together. Wait, five of them. And they were moving across the sky. And I was there with my brother. We're like, we're getting invaded by aliens. And then my cousin Graham, he's like, no, Charlie, it's fucking Starlink, you conspiracy theorist twat. So a lot of flat Earth belief that all the videos at a International Space Station, it's all using cables. There's no there's no zero gravity. It's all fake. And so, but when you get a flat Earther to agree with you that satellites exist, and they're like, yeah, we've got satellite, we got Starlink. Was I calling it Neuralink this whole time? Starlink. Fucking hell. You know what I mean. Sorry, I think I was calling it Neuralink. Starlink. We've got satellites. We've got GPS, like your map on your car. It uses satellites. So they'll agree with that. The next question you say, so my flat Earth believer, put your little rational hat on. So you agree with me that mankind can send very delicate electronics into orbit, into space, and they're like, yes, I'm bald. Sorry, I'm bald. But they go, yeah, we agree. You can send delicate electronics, and then your next question, you say, so we can send delicate electronics into space, and they still work, yes. But you can't send a human into space. And they're like, oh, no, you can't. Space is not real. And you're like, well, you've just said that satellites are real. Why is space not real now? The hell? Anyway, interlinked, yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you. Right, speaking of space, guys, I had a cinematography orgasm with my favorite lady friend, Laura. We were at the cinema the other night. And first of all, Laura had never seen Dune 1. You know that start. Where is it? I'm going to get it out. Wait, don't worry. You know how Dune 1 starts. You're going to recognize this sound when you hear it. Mongolian throat singing, Dune. So no, not the month. Right, just talk amongst yourselves, commenters. I'll read some peasant comments in a second. One sec. I will. All right, here we go. So, who remembers this? Wait. Oh, wait. I better talk over it. So we watched it, Laura and I, and she's like, that's amazing. We should watch Dune 2 at the cinema. And we did. And I'm embarrassed to say I've never read the Frank Herbert books, Dune. I used to like reading when I was young. I used to read, but not really into fiction. I like science fiction because it's a bit like, woo! But guys, Denis Villeneuve, the director of also Blade Runner 2049, he has knocked it out of the park. Dune 2 is maybe, and I didn't even watch it in IMAX because they didn't have it at the cinema we were at. Dune 2 is maybe the prettiest, sexiest film I've ever seen. And does anyone in the comment section, can you help me out here? When you watched Dune 1, did you think that the Harkonnen boss, the floaty guy in the black tub, the Baron, the Baron Harkonnen, did you guys also think, because I've not read the books, I thought he was the Emperor. I watched the whole first movie thinking that floaty, scary, fat guy was the Emperor. Turns out he's only the leader of the House Harkonnen. And then when Christopher Walken came... Yeah. Oh, shit, that reminds me of a bad joke from do you guys remember when Superman, the actor, Christopher Reeve, fell off a horse? The joke went, what's the opposite of Christopher Reeve? And the answer is Christopher Walken. And it's dark, man. Fucking, the guy was paralyzed. That's fucked up. So Dune 2, really liked it. The whole Fremen thing was fucking funny. The Fremen Fremen of Bern. Right. It's at this time in the live stream, guys. We're an hour in. We're going to talk about immigration. We're going to get controversial. We're going to put on our hats. We're going to talk about transgendering children, abortion, immigration, and how to boycott the Jews. No, I'm only joking. Here I am. Praise the Jews. Yeah. Right. But before we talk about immigration, I'm going to scroll up and read some of your comments, guys. No, in fact, we'll do it from the bottom. We'll do it live. Tomer Gurm asks, am I planning to visit Israel? Yes, we are. And it's going to be after the Gaza war. It would make more sense to go during the Gaza war, but I'm a father. Yeah, I'm a father of multiple children, and I'm going to wait till they've stopped fucking killing each other before I go there. There you go. That's fine. Charles Veitch, will you visit the cesspit that is Dundee? We have the highest Scottish National Party votership in the country and the highest drug death rate in the continent of Europe. Scotland is known as the sick man of Europe. China used to be known as the sick man of Asia because of their, forgive me, poor economic performances and their opium addiction. In Scotland, They're addicted to everything. Scottish people love narcotic. They fucking love it. You find a Scottish guy, he's probably high. He's probably fucking. And they say a well-balanced Scotsman has a chip on each shoulder because they're always angry at the English about everything. Blame the English. But funnily enough, George Galloway, the crazy guy who's managed to fire up all the Muslims in Rochdale to be elected, he's from Dundee. I have been to Dundee myself back in the day. I will go again. Yeah. I will go again to answer your question. Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking. Faraz K writes, all in capitals, no wonder your children hate you, Charlie. Oh, wounded. Oh, like a sniper 50 cal round to the chest. Oh, thank you for commenting and watching. Imagine watching a channel of someone you don't like. I mean, you're helping them out with the algorithm. So, he thought Charlie's not going to read out my comment. I'll make him never want to check the comment section again. Ooh. Anyway, right. Thank you. Someone's written, Faraz, stop crying. Yeah, go on, Faraz, you little fucking twat. Here we go. Right. Scottinovich. Oh, that's a nice, that's a Balkan name. Hey, Charlie, quick question. How do you stay so calm and heart rate stable when you get confronted? Is that composure something you always had, or did it come over time with confidence? Well, practice makes perfect. The more I go out there and film and stay calm, the more I'm able to stay calm. You have to remember though, like when I'm working, I'm not like usually like in someone's face like that, you know, like I'm usually like having to consider, you know, how does it look? How are the settings? Is it in focus? Is the battery okay? Is the person still in shot? And so that takes away a lot of my thing. And also I remember, you know, because I love shekels as much as the next man, is that when someone's insulting me, insulting my children, insulting me personally, I'm like watching this going, wow, this is good content. Like this is going to help out. So I'd like to say that I'm like a 7th level Buddhist monk, that I'm like super based and I have no emotions, but no, I'd be lying to you. The more honest thing is that I understand the connection between profit and people attacking me. And thank you for raising this, because a lot of people have raised how I do stay calm mostly. I've got a few videos. I leave them up. I don't even delete them. I've lost my temper, gone crazy, made a twat of myself, made a fucking idiot of myself. But I leave the videos because someone somewhere has already copied that video onto their hard drive. And if they find out that you've deleted it, that video is going to go viral. Like, Charlie tried to stop you watching this video. It's the same reason I never block anyone on Twitter. I don't want to give them the badge of honor that says Charles Veitch blocked you. So I just let them. Fucking whatever. Now, to answer your question, like I'm out filming trannies or whatever, tranny activists, and they're like, "Oh, Charlie, personal stuff." So I just go, "Wow. You actually think that's cool to say that to someone? Wow." Like turn it back on them. Like, "Wow, you support that." For example, I got attacked by a group of black teenagers in the Arndale shopping center on the 5th of November last year. And the tacit pro-Hamas, you know, cocksuckers of terrorists and rapists, they're like, "Oh, Charlie, you got beaten up by teenagers in the shopping mall." And I'm like, "Wow, you guys like think it's cool to like make someone feel bad about that? Like, wow, like no wonder you guys support Hamas." So that's basically it. There's no secret. I'm not an advanced emotion free. I still snap. I still get mad. I still get pissed off with people. But I try not to delete videos because you know someone somewhere was waiting for you to delete that video so they can go, "Hey, look, he's fucking scared of this video." Never give it to them. As Leonidas says in the film 300, give them nothing, but take from them everything. There you go. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for the kind words. There's a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. The Israeli commenter writes, "You got twatted by kids." That's what they say. But I like to remind my viewers that 16 and 70-year-old large athletic adolescents can be as scary, if not scarier, because they're faster than someone who's, say, 25 or 30. Someone who's 25 or 30 years old might think twice before committing manslaughter because they're so excited. Whereas a 16-year-old, knife, screwdriver, I was going to do it, but I was going to make some sound effects with my mouth, but I want to keep my YouTube channel. But you can imagine All right. Okay, yeah, nasty, angry kids. Sorry about the pixelation. You're on data. You're not using my Wi-Fi, are you? Okay, good. All right. Okay. I got oh, there's someone in the ST3. I got beat up by 4 15-year-olds. This is the thing. Committed teenagers, especially when they're 6 foot tall and quite muscly, as the ones who attacked me were. Some of them. There's about 7 of them. 3 of them were quite bad. I was about to do it again. I'm not going to do it, but they were big teenagers. Someone's written, I got beaten up by 4 15-year-olds. And here's the thing. Multiple aggressors who are really keen on hurting you. You only have one set of eyes facing that way. You're fighting one. There's someone coming in from the side, sucker punching you. Your head goes dizzy. I know this because it happened to me. The police, luckily, caught all of them. All the ones that set hands on me got arrested. And because they're like 16 years old, they got a little slap on the wrist. But I did get very happy knowing that the last one who was hiding was taken to the police station by his father. Now, I hope his dad is a big, angry Nigerian man who got the fucking leather strap out. Hey, Femi, I see you've been causing shame to the family, embarrassing us, giving black people a bad name by beating up a YouTuber as he's filming you. Come here, Femi. Whoosh, gets the fucking belt out. Whoosh. Fuck you, Femi! You've shamed the family, you little shit! Go on, base Nigerian dad. You fucking give that little shit what he deserves. Do it for Charlie Veitch. Whip your kid. He's brought shame to your family. And here's another thing. People mocking me for... I was there, yeah, like taking punches. There's like 7 of them big, and I'm still there filming it, saying, hey! So, one-handed. They didn't take the phone. Didn't take the camera that was in my backpack. They didn't take the backpack. So the police, when I went in to give a statement, they watched the footage and they're like, Charlie, you did really well. I said, what do you mean I did really well? They fucking beat me up. They're like, no, like there's lots of them. You were dealing with one. And there's one, and should I do a freedom of information? Get this footage. The lady, the WPC, she says, there's one, the bigger black guy. He came in from the side, smashed you so hard, full on the side of the head, that your head went and hit a big concrete pillar. Boing! And I'm like, how's that doing well? She's like, oh, well, you didn't get knocked out and you filmed the whole thing. I was like, made me feel a bit better, made me feel a bit better. But there you go. Interesting. I talk about violence, and we've now got about another 50 people watching, about 500 people. Yeah. Thank you to my Israeli viewer that gave me the shekels. I will freedom of information request it for sure. Right. Okay. What have we got? Let's see here. Ellis Tolchard. I'm guessing, Ellis, you're about 20 years old. That name was popular about 20 years ago. You're about 20 years old. Am I right? Please comment, Ellis. You're about 20. You've written, imagine supporting Israel. Exclamation mark. When I was in my 20s, I also felt the same way. There's Ellis. He's written it again. Imagine someone supporting Israel. Ellis, how old are you? When you're young, you identify with the oppressed and the kind of weak, the underdog. And then most people grow out of it. But some people, like George Galloway, they're like, oh, I hate those rich white guys in power. I'm going to fucking wind up the Muslims and they'll elect me. So he's literally using foreign powers, okay, they're British Muslims, but using a foreign ideology to get himself into parliament to upset the British ideology. So, Ellis, I do understand. When you're 24 years old or 21 years old, most people are left-wing. And images of dead babies, Hamas propaganda ministry, oh, they love it. They're like, oh, we've got to hide all these terrorists and all these weapons. What we'll do, we'll put it under a nursery, and then we're not going to let anyone know it's a nursery. So when the Israelis... we then parade all the dead babies, and it's not our fault for using them as human shields. No, it's the Israelis. And that's how the game works. That is how it works. All right, here's one. Reese Bell says, Manchester is looking more like N'Djamena. N''Djamena. Is that a city in Africa? I guess so. I go to Blackpool once a year, and that's enough cultural enrichment. I would rather be in a hipster town than a dying refugee-filled shithole. Reese, couldn't agree more. Please confirm, is Ndajema a town in Africa somewhere? Sounds like it. Yeah, BST Junkie says, imagine being called Ellis. I don't think Ellis is that bad a name. I had a singer 2 years ago, a young guy, he was about 20, did some lovely guitar songs for me, and he was called Ellis. All right, I've got one. Wait, where is it? Vulnerable Audits. Vulnerable Audits wrote, I support leave everywhere. It's the only answer. But people won't get rich, so it won't happen. I'm missing. I think he's referring to something. If you get triggered by Charlie, go take your medication. Yes, yes. I've learned something, guys, and this is for anyone wanting to do your own live stream or wanting to do your own YouTube channel. People will forgive you if you're wrong, but they won't forgive you if you're boring or if you're not passionate. So be wrong, man, but believe in it. Be interesting. Ham ass. Yeah, exactly. Imagine like the first part of your name is named after pork, which is haram, and then the second part is named after ass, which is probably haram as well. Who drank milk out of a woman's hand? Oh, George Galloway. Yeah, in about the year 2000, 2002, George Galloway, the crazy guy that wears the big fedora. He pretended to be a cat on TV. He gets a lot of stick for that, but I think the assignment and Big Brother, if you ever watched it, they have to do assignments to get food or drink, and he had to dress up as a cat, and so it's still funny. He was already a middle-aged man back then. All right, that's why I listen to Charlie, as he is legit intelligent. Locke, thank you. There are many more smarter men and smarter women out there, but I do try. I try and be a good all-rounder. You know, people see this like big bearded tall guy that he can't be intelligent. This crazy guy with a camera going, he's not going to be smart, but then I try and be smart. And like, for example, I was in Hebden Bridge, and I was saying to the lefties, like, you guys are singling out this conflict because there's Jews involved, and you don't look at much bigger conflicts with many bigger casualty figures. And he's like, oh yeah, like where? So I said, well, like Nigeria, Darfur, Syria, you know, like what's happening to the Rohingyas in Burma still, you know, like. And he's like, he did not expect me to just come up with examples because everyone assumes that their ideological adversary is a fucking idiot. And for us people who are right, it happens to be true. The people on the other side are fucking idiots. Thank you for that, Locke. I appreciate the praise. Rochdale and many other towns just want change. They aren't really bothered how, and I understand. Devil Mike. Interesting name. Yeah, look, we all want change, but do we want to move towards being a backward Islamic theocracy? I don't think that's the change. I think even the British Muslims. I found the origin of a meme, and like I've got British Muslim friends. Like they're complete differences between them, and like, you know, one is not the same. There's Albanian Muslims, there's British Pakistani Muslim, there's Croatian Muslims, or should I say Kosovan? Is that probably more accurate? But you guys know that meme if you ever browse like TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram. It's like, brother, what's that, brother? That guy is an Islamic preacher here in Britain. He was actually talking about the hypocrisy of lots of young British Muslims loving Muhammad, their prophet. Oh yeah, I love Muhammad. I'll beat anyone up. But then they still drink alcohol. They still party with like bad women. And they eat pork and bacon, which I don't have any problem with, but according to Islam, you shouldn't. So that meme of brother, what's that? He's mocking the young British Muslims, saying that like, oh, I don't want to grow out my beard like the Prophet. I don't want to not party. I don't want to not drink alcohol. So yeah, so we all want change, right? Okay. So the guy that got beaten up by 4 15-year-olds. That's while the other 3 were stomping and kicking my head. I can empathize fully. You don't know if you're going to die when a group of frothing at the mouth teenagers are in the middle of their attack, and the pack mentality, herd animals, the mob. You don't know if you're going to die, if they're going to pull out something and you're going to. So I feel for you, ST3, or is that a 5? 5T3. Yeah. My eyesight's getting a bit middle-aged now. Did I pay for the pillar damage? Oh, thank you. Derek Press is saying, when I got punched by the young feral teenagers and my head smashed against the pillar. Thank you for assuming my head was stronger than the pillar. I'll take that. Right. Okay. Yeah, someone, Bob asks, hi Charlie, what are your thoughts on Manchester from your videos? Oh, and let me just remind you, I'm reading out all the pleb comments here. If you want to guarantee that I read out your comment, please send me a super chat. There's a little $sign in the bottom, and I'll definitely read it out. But the people that can't afford to send a super chat, they also deserve to have a bit of the old interaction. Hi Charlie, what are your thoughts on Manchester from your videos? It has a lot of character. Meter for meter, area for area, no other city, I think, on this planet will provide a YouTuber like me with the same amount of content. Manchester is wild again now. It went through it went quiet a few months ago. The golden age of YouTube for Manchester was from June through to September 2022. Every day I'd go out, and it's back again like that now. So I love Manchester for the opportunity it provides me to fulfill my dream of acting, filming, directing. So yeah, big fan of Manchester, and my children live there. So home is where the kids are, huh? Home is where the kids are. Here we go. Right. Here we go. Have I ever met Ian? How did Georgie Wing ask, have I ever met Ian Brown? How did you know I met Ian Brown? That's a very random question. Yes, I have met Ian. I'll tell you how I met Ian Brown. In 1997, there was a fest. It's every year, Tea in the Park in Scotland. My sister, who's 13 years older than me, was working for Parlophone Records. I think they had quite a few big bands. They might have been bought out by Sony now, but Parlophone back in the day. And so my sister got us VIP access all area passes for Tea in the Park. And Ian Brown is a singer. You might know him from the Stone Roses. Even the American viewers probably heard of the Stone Roses. And he was there. And there's a bunch of people taking photographs with him. And I wasn't a Stone Roses fan. I knew who Ian Brown was, but back then he was already twice my age. I was 17 at the time. He was like some random old guy in his 40s or whatever it was. No, maybe not 30s, maybe. And Vernon Kay, who remembers Vernon Kay, TV presenter, big, tall, lanky guy, tall, lanky northern guy. He was there posing for a photograph with Ian Brown. And embarrassingly enough, I wasn't that keen on Ian Brown because I wasn't a fan. I knew who he was. So I went to Vernon, who was the same height as me. I was about 6'4" at the time, just almost full height. And I was like, hey, Vernon, how you doing? He goes, hey. And I was like, can I get a photograph with you? And Vernon goes, with me? You want a photograph with me? It's fucking Ian Brown. Ian Brown, mate. And I'm like, yeah. I'll get one with him afterwards. And so I had a photograph with Vernon Kay. And then I got one with Ian Brown afterwards. But who else was there? 97, there was Bush. Remember that band Bush? What was their famous song from Bush? Anyway, the lead singer was boyfriends with Gwen Stefani from No Doubt. So I met Gwen Stefani and the singer from Bush, Gavin Rossdale. Sounds Scottish, Gavin Rossdale. So I met also Black Eyed Peas. Oh, Fun Loving Criminals as well. Smoked a cigarette with the Fun Loving Criminals. Remember Huey? So yeah, how did you know I met Ian Brown? Were you there? That's a very random question. Yeah, anyway, that's interesting. Swallowed. That's it. Happy about everything but my life. Oh, thank you, BST Junkie. Faraz K is an ambassador of Cottagers Cove. Is Faraz K giving me hell and giving you guys hell in the comment section? I don't know, but thank you, BST Junkie. I appreciate the further £2 there. What else is new here? Only ever seen Vernon Kay on Family 4. Yeah, he's a bit older now. He's a British TV presenter. He does these like weird swallowed, followed, glycerine. Oh, someone's met Emmanuel Macron in Amsterdam. Right. Reese Bell says again, Charlie would piss himself laughing at Fast Eddie. Oh, have you got a local Crutchy? Reese Bell has got every town should have a famous crackhead. You know, the village idiot. But Crutchy is a dangerous one. I would not have defended myself had I not reasonably believed he was going to hurt me. And I've been hit by a crutch, you know, like walking crutches. So many of you, how does Crutchy have his name? There's a video called "The Defeated Male's Exit." I'm going to put it in the comment section for you guys. If you see that video, you can see how I met Crutchy. He attacked me with a crutch pole, and I said to him, I said, dude, you hit me with that, I'll take it off you and I'll hurt you. And he whipped it really hard, and I put my arm up, and it hit me on the bone here. And I reckon had he hit me any harder, it would have broken. I don't know. You know, crutches are thin metal, but you hit someone hard enough. So I did wrestle it off him, and I hit him over the head with it, and he went down unconscious. But it's... Imagine fighting with a crackhead for a metal crutch and then having to take it off him and hit him with it. That's how I met Crutchy. So every town should have a village idiot. So Stuart Bundy writes, any relationship to Theodore? You know Theodore, Mr. Stuart Bundy? I want a t-shirt that says, I went to Manchester and got Sparta kicked by Charlie Veitch. Nice. I will one day I will do merch, but it's a lot of work, guys. I used to sell merch in my first iteration in the Love Police back in London. And it's a lot of trips to the post office. It's a lot of wrapping. It's a lot of, you know, I'd rather be a pure filmmaker for now, but I will one day as I get a bit older. I am going to do merch so we can all relive the glory years. But thank you. Someone says, I love Gwen Stefani. Uncle Ted. Oh, Stuart, his uncle is Uncle Ted. Don't we refer as Uncle Ted as mostly Ted Kaczynski? That's usually Uncle Ted. You know, Uncle Ted says, get off your phone. Stop being on your phone. So, right, okay. Viewer meetup. Yeah, we should do a viewer meetup, but I worry that a hater will turn up with a knife. But says the man who's walking around publicly every day in Central. Yeah, we'll do an organized meetup. Just don't stab me, bro. Don't stab me. How come I thought Crutchy had died? The word on the street. Thank you for that question by Left or Right. Is that an amogus? Is that a dog in an amogus? Yeah. About a year ago, all the other crackheads said, you'll never see Crutchy again. Why is that? He's dead. He died. He took an overdose. He's dead now. I said, oh, shit. Everyone verified the story on the streets of London that he was dead. Yeah. My friend Kaya, he's a trained bodyguard. He had confirmation from other people as well that Crutchy was dead. And so I didn't make a video about it titled R.I.P. Crutchy, which I did, until someone alleging to be his brother wrote to me saying, Charlie, my brother Anthony has passed away, blah, blah, blah. And I took this at face value because it corroborated. It was confirmation bias for all the other crackheads saying he had died. So I didn't confirm it was his real brother. I just said, that's all the evidence I need. And this is why I'm a bad journalist. I didn't check my source. It was clearly someone taking the piss. And, but that's how we all thought. Turns out he was in prison for 9 months. So he was in jail. Someone can't stand Gwen Stefani. She can't sing. God, we're reliving the nostalgia days from 20 years ago. Right. Blah, blah, blah. He spawned back in. Oh, we got some haters back in the room. Faraz K. Where's Faraz K? There he is. Independent heathen. Charlie, I'd say if ask. Okay, flat stuff Earth. Okay. Let me just ask you, as you're the resident flat Earth believer in the comment section, are satellites real? Let me ask you that. Let me just write it as well. Are satellites real? I think I missed the S, but you know what I mean. Are satellites real? Oh, Faraz K is being nice now. He's talking about Christina Aguilera and other artists, so that's cool. Yeah, I'll ask you. In it, mate. In it. I'll ask you. Are satellites real, mate? Here we go. Here we go. Sasha says, of course they're not, Charlie Boy. But I think our resident flat earther is going to say that flat earths are real. Okay, right. Because we're wrapping it up, I'm going to do one. If one of you wants to do one last super chat, I will concentrate on that. And then we're going to go from there. But until someone forks out the shekels, I'm in the peasant pit. Right, here we go. Covert human intelligence. No, I've not looked at the covert human intelligence sources. Someone says, visit Stoke-on-Trent again. Yeah, oh my God. Like when you get the train from Manchester to Derby, It stops at Stoke-on-Trent, and I'm there on the train with Laura saying, Laura, fucking keep your head down. The fucking Stokies will see me. I got chased out of town last time, if you saw. Right. What happened to Crutchy? Crutchy is alive. I saw him the next day. Yeah, if anyone wants to do a kind of like super chat, I'll concentrate on that as the last one. Oh, yeah. Fucking my next big collaboration love fest will be hopefully with Callum from Callum's Corner. He's a fellow 6'5" Chad like me. His head looks like a Tic Tac, and he's acknowledged and he's conceded that his head does look like a Kit Kat. And thank you to Peter Griffin. I know that name from Family Guy. What my dream would be to go around Manchester in the Polestar with Callum, and to go around as 2 6'5" guys filming and commenting. And I want Callum to go, I'm absolutely livid, Charlie. You promised me a nice holiday in Manchester, and we're fucking chasing crackheads and cottagers. Yeah, a bit raspier. Yeah. Right. Okay. Tic Tac head. Here we go. How much longer are you going to make videos, Charlie? Until I die, I guess. My childhood dream was to work with cameras and performance and acting. And so because no one would hire me for their stage production, I did it myself. And thanks to all of you, it's viable and it's going. And I want to remind you all, like, it's been hard on this live stream because I'm chatting and I'm reading it as it goes. But on my videos, I pretty much read every single comment. Like, I'm happy to drink coffee in the morning and, oh, yesterday's video has got 300 comments. I'll read them. So when you leave a comment on my channel, I'll read it. So don't think it's just wasted. I'm not one of those like holier than thou YouTubers who doesn't get stuck in. I get stuck in. And, you know, like, if I don't respond to you, it doesn't mean I've not read it. I've read it, but I would need to take up a second full-time job to address all the emails. And you guys do write to me as well, which I really like. I put cveitch at Gmail address, cveitch@gmail.com email address. Nice one. Crutchy has gone viral. Yeah. Okay, Codename Johnny. Let's do a free one. Don't worry about the super chat, anyone. We've got an interesting one from Codename Johnny. Can you touch upon your transition, triggered, from 9/11 truther to where you are now? I know you had a trip to NYC and had your stance changed. I was also a truther. Thank you, Codename Johnny. No, that's a very good question. I used to write for Vice. Remember Vice magazine, Vice News? If you look at an article, conspiracy theorists are dangerous enemies to make. Vice article by Charlie Veitch. If you look at that, did I spell that right? You can see a very in-depth explanation. But to cut a long story short, in 2005, I watched Terror Storm, Alex Jones stuff. I got obsessed with New World Order, police state stuff, Alex Jones. As a young man in my mid-20s, really unhappy working in offices. I really didn't like being a man with no status. The whole explanation that the world was actually run by, you know, demonic fucking lizards who wanted to fucking fly planes into buildings. I believed that big time, like really believed it. And so I was chosen by the BBC because I was already quite a prominent conspiracy theorist, already a YouTuber, already quite megaphony. 9/11 was an inside job, 9/11. I got chosen by the BBC to go on the road trip. So I spoke to the CIA, the FBI, spoke to demolition experts. We went to the very grand offices in Manhattan where they designed the World Trade Center. And I held in my hand, guys, original blueprints from the 60s. Original blueprints of the World Trade Center when they were designing it. I held that Browning paper. And that, not copies, I held the original blueprints for the World Trade Center. And speaking to them, speaking to demolition experts, spending time in New York, speaking to the cops, getting a feel for the people in New York, it became increasingly apparent to me that the 19 Saudis did it with the little box cutters. So that, I hope that helps answer. I lost a lot of viewers and subscribers and love, and channels turned against me. I kind of fell out. I used to be very good friends with Luke Rudowski from We Are Change. He still does his a kind of version of his channel. He kind of presents it, but he kind of fell out with me for that because We Are Change was all about 9/11 truth. So I lost a good friend. And when you've got a kind of fellow YouTube friend and you'd go around driving Manhattan, and I've got some stories for you with Luke Rudowski. We go around in his Ford Explorer, his Ford Expedition, big American SUV. And Luke Rudowski had a big group of megaphones, and we went driving around the hood, up in fucking, where was it? Harlem. We were in Harlem at nighttime saying, up against the wall, the NYPD. So stupid. I'd probably have served time in jail. And we got men in Harlem to put their hands against the wall just from us shouting. And they thought it was a police car. And that's what you do when you're in your late 20s, when you're young and dumb. But happy days. Luke Rudowski, one day, who knows? Probably still hates me, but I wish him well. He hosted us at his house. I met his parents. We lived in his house. We went out filming, and it's just sad that because I changed my mind about 9/11 not being a conspiracy theory inside job, he fell out with me. Completely fell out with me. Doesn't like me anymore. Right, let's read more. Damn, Charlie, mate. Yeah, exactly. I'm too in the mind, so let's see if we come to that. Thanks for that. His channel. Hey, here we go. Yeah. I will watch a bit of Luke Rudowski. I mean, he does the kind of like microphone presenting it from his room. He talks about stuff. I get bored in the house. I'll do the occasional live stream like this. Very rarely. Actually, every Monday with Professor Edward Dutton. But I like to be out. I like to be outdoors. I'm very much an outdoorsman. I like it. I think, here we go. Right. Okay. Interacted with him before. There you go. Black books. What about the lizards theory? No, I don't believe in the David Icke shit. David Icke used lizards as a mask for him to attack Jews. He meant Jews when he taught lizards. Faraz K has written in capitals, "We hate you, Charlie Veitch," which is why he's watching and commenting. And anyway, here we go. Yeah, I'll come back to Leeds soon. Is that Reggie Photo or is that another Reggie? Anyway, I just want to, has Danny gone full Marx? No, Danny's gone full Arthur Schopenhauer. Arthur Schopenhauer was a very depressed German who said that no one should have kids. No one should steal infinite peace from the void and force it to live in a meat puppet package and suffer for 75 years and die. And I love Danny Shine, my old filming partner. He has 4 or 5 children, and he's out there telling people not to have kids. I've got kids. Don't you have kids? Your kids will be shit. My kids are good. So it's just madness. Just fucking madness. All right. I think, yeah, I think Joshua's right. Faraz is fancying a bit of the Charlie, but you wouldn't want to have a go at my anus. It's no, hairy and smelly and oh no, oh bloody hell. No, if I was a gay man, I'd be into like hairless twinks. I think, none of that hairy bears, not for me. Okay. Yeah. You got caught down the Cottagers Cove. Right. Okay. 1 hour, 33 minutes. I want to thank you all for joining me for the Sunday service. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from the biggest Bible that I could have bought. So, I'm dizzy now. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Moses and Noah and Eli and all the good ones. And I'll see you all next time. See you tomorrow on. I'll be live streaming it on my channel as well as the Jolly Heretic. Thank you. Look how bold I am.